You started to work out as a way to kind of fit in or survive as a kid.
Yeah.
So that came first. And then when did comedy start factoring
Actually,
in?
the comedy thing kind of started by accident.
Okay.
Like I've always been a funny guy in the sense that I can be funny on spontaneous moments. So it's like on a dare, really. Like the missus was like, "You're gonna do that Andre Covington competition. You're funny," because I crack my wife up all the time, like to tears cracking up. I've been told all my life I should be a comic, and I did a competition for Dre and got second place first tryout.
So when did you really start taking it seriously then?
Taking it seriously right then.
Okay.
Just jumped in with both feet. I'm like, okay, well, I guess there's something to this. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Like, be a Negro with a big gold belt, can't miss.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm just gonna do it, and that's it.
And so can you talk about how the gold belt factored in?
The gold belt factored in. Like, you want the funny story or the real one? The real one.
The real one.
The real one is like I have horrible antisocial issues. I'm like really shy. None of my college friends know that about me. You know, like, oh God, John Jones, that dude's crazy. He's cool because I can be that guy with the belt on. So the belt is like my crutch, or like the Iron Man suit. Like you put it on, the Super Negro champion, ready to go do this. I'm not gonna wuss out because like people don't know doing comedy is hard. Like it's not hard. Like the scariest word you're gonna hear is, "Hey, you're up next. 5 minutes, get your act together." You get up there and think you know some jokes. Your brain's like, guess what? I don't know crap. You're gonna have to wing it. So like you have to have enough guts. Now, John Jones himself, me, this guy, wouldn't have those guts. I would have passed out, just passed out on stage. But Super Negro will stand there and do it and win that crowd, you know, and be disciplined. Just like it's the same etiquette I do in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm gonna do this. Failure's not an option. It's either lift this weight or it's gonna come down and you're gonna look like a fool, or you're gonna hurt yourself. So win or die.
What was that first show like for you?
I was at Chancey. The first show for me, I was old. I'm surprised I made it, but like I lost my whole train of thought like 5 times. I'm surprised I was still able to be funny. Like it was horrible. So like it's nerve-wracking, but it's just like every show for me. I'm scared every time. Because this is Fresno. You get 10 seconds here in Fresno to be funny. Like, like you understand, like in Hollywood, you get that time to warm up your act. Like, hi people, oh you look lovely tonight and all this. Now you get to that time to your act. Fresno, you got 10 seconds.
Can you recall an instance where you were booed? And how did you survive that up on stage?
I don't think I was necessarily booed, but I could tell people weren't digging me. I went one night without my belt just as an experiment. It was a predominantly black crowd. I was working for a promoter here, you know, Feather to Wise. I wasn't received well. I think it's because I forgot to switch, you know, accents. You know, like it's the same thing I suffered as a kid. Like you can't be black enough around black people. Like if you I put it lightly, as you can't come up to a group of Negroes being as black as I am, sounding like Carlton Banks and think everything's gonna be cool. They're gonna be like, what is this thing? Like you got to be able to change your stilo up and work with more ebonics. You know, if you're gonna, and I did.
Your comedy obviously focuses a lot around race. Why is that?
The purpose is to break it down. If we can laugh together, we can learn to love each other. That's what this country is about.
How hard has it been to kind of like pound the pavement as a comedian?
Now that's a good question. Pounding the pavement, because stand-up comedy is the one job everyone thinks they can do. Like everybody's like, I can do that until it's time to do it. You get on stage, got a piece of Michael Jackson dolls in my room, and it's like it's not. It is an art form. You have to really be good. And I laugh at the fool that thinks, so it's hard because you get a lot of those people that get up there and go, I can do this and that, and they suck. So people expect that that's the act. And then you have the other person I hate, is the crowd work champion. There's like a couple different types of comics. There's the storytelling type, and there's the snappy, quick comeback type, and then there's the crowd worker. I don't like the crowd worker because their act is basically teasing people in the crowd. That hurts my act because now, what do you think of a comedy show? People go, oh, great, I'm not going to sit front because they're going to pick on me. And this is not the time in American history to really be insulting people. They come and they rely on me to take them away from whatever's upsetting them that day. Like, I'll come to this comedy show to get some laughs, not for me to tease what shoe they're wearing or their hairstyle. So I don't do crowd work. Unless someone messes with me, I'll do my act all the way without being heckled. Or if they don't heckle me, I don't heckle them. And I usually walk away with a lot of handshakes.
Yeah.
So pounding the pavement is kind of hard because you got a lot of pretenders out there, and it's hard to be taken seriously.
You said that you like that people kind of are surprised when they find out you're the comedian when you show up at a club.
Just like
Do you like that, being underestimated, kind of being the underdog?
I think it works it goes back to my stilo game. It works for my character. No one sees it coming. Like right now, you see it coming. I'm not in my gear, but like, you see a big Negro with a belt in the room. Like I was telling you, white people are like, oh gosh, honey, don't make eye contact. It's, oh gosh, that's a real Negro. Don't look it in the eye. Unless my chubby white woman with me, they don't feel safe, so they don't know what the heck I'm doing there. They think I'm a fighter or this, and I get a lot of questions. So it works in that sense. And as soon as I get there and do my act, they're like, wow, he was funny.
Mm-hmm.
The belt served me. It served me. A lot of comics have told me to get rid of it, but like I like the fact that people are surprised. They don't ever see it coming.